and happy Thursday, right? It can be a happy Thursday, why not? Today is February 4th. We are doing math in this video, so hopefully you are in the right place. We are talking about addition today, and we are talking about making 10. We've been really working hard with making 10. Your paper looks like this today. If you are looking to have it ready, it looks like this on the back. So, have this ready. We're going to go do this on the smartboard in a little bit, but before we get going with that, I just want to talk about an idea today. We've been talking about how to make 10, working on our facts on how to get to 10. Today we're going to talk about problems that we've seen before, like 7 plus 4, but how we can use making it to 10 really help us just get there faster. Because sometimes we can use our skills we've learned to help us do math quickly. So you might be like, why do you have 10 plus 1 in this cloud? I'm going to tell you why right now. So 7 plus 4. Okay, we can count on if we wanted to. But do we know how many does it take to get to 10 if we're at 7? It's kind of a fact we've been working on. How many does it take to get from 7 to 10? 7 plus what? 7 plus 3. Yep, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. So why I made this little dream cloud over here is because sometimes when we see a problem like 7 plus 4, we are going to, kind of when you start dreaming or thinking of, wait, what do I hear? You know when you get that sound in your mind that, oh, I can think of something else that can help me. Where did that sound come from? I thought that 7 plus 3 gave me 10. So I used up 3 of these to get to 10. So if I had 4 to start out with, and I used 3 of these friends to help out 7, right? I used 3 of those to help out 7 to get to 10. How many little dots are left? 1. There's only 1 little dot left because I used 3 of those guys to go help 7 make 10. So now I'm going to start thinking again. Wait, why do I? That's why there's a 1 there. It's because I used the 3 of those to go with 7 to make 10. So now there's only 1 left. So now my problem to solve is 10 plus 1. And we've talked about how easy it is to add with 10 because you just change this number to whatever's below it. So 10 plus 1 is 11. Just like that. So we were able to take a math problem, 7 plus 4, that looks kind of tricky at the beginning, but quickly know 7 plus 3 is 10. Ooh, I can get to 10 quick. So I already used 3 of those numbers. So that's why 3 of those numbers are gone. So there's only 1 left. Or you can think about it as 4 and I took away 3, 4 and I took away 3. There's only 1 left. But I wanted to draw it for you too, so you could see where in the world was I getting this idea from. So you can think that 7 plus 3 is 10. So then I'm only left with 1 left over that I'd have to add to 10. So 10 plus 1 equals 11. And that is how we brainstorm. So it's okay if it seems confusing to you, because it is a very complex idea to have to go through that thinking process. But if you're starting to pick up these adding to 10 facts, then this could be awesome because you could do it really quick. And you might even be able to have that aha moment. So let's do another one of these. Let's do 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5. 8 plus what equals 10? 8 plus what equals 10? I'm going to draw it again just so you can visually see what is happening. Okay, there's 5, because that was 5, right? 8 plus, how many do I need to get to 10? 8, and I can even count while I do it. 8, 9, 10. So that made 10, right? That made 10. How many dots are left over? 3 are left over. So now, while we're thinking, 10 plus 3 is quick. 10 plus 3 equals 13. So what is 8 plus 5? It's also 13. So we used our 8 plus 2. We took those 2 ones and took them up there so that they could make 10. But then there was 3 left over that weren't used. So we had to use 10 plus 3 equals 13. Like I said, another way you can think of it is 8 plus 5. Oh, I need 2 more to make 10. So if I took 2 away from 5, I would still have 3 left. That's another way you can think of it. Okay, like I said, I'm going to keep working on this. This is kind of an interesting idea. Might be tricky, but whatever way you use to add is great. If this is tricky and you want to count up by 5, go for it. I just wanted to show you a way that you could jump to 10 and do problems really quick. It gets your mind working quickly. All right, we are going to go over to the smartboard together and let's get out your paper. Let's go. All right, here is the first page that says make 10. Make 10 is the first page that we're looking at. And as you can see, there are some clouds on here just like what we talked about over on the board. And I see some really similar problems too. So the first part, we are going to write what helps and then add. So we're going to write if we can add up to 10 like we talked about. We're going to write it because that can help us solve the problem. So let's do these first 2 kind of quick because we did these. 7 plus 4, we thought 7 plus 3 got us to 10. So then there was only 1 left over. So 10 plus 1 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. It's the same answer both ways. The second one, we said to get from 8 to 10, we needed 2 more. So that took 2 away from those 5. So there was 3 left to work with. So 10 plus 3 was 13. So 8 plus 5 is 13. Alrighty, let's look towards the next one. Now we have 5 plus 7. How many does it take it from 5 to get to 10? From 5 to get to 10, how many does it take? 5 more, that's a double, and that's my favorite double. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So we would have 10 up here, right? But if we took 5 away from 7, ooh, if I had 7, and I had to take away 5 of those to get to 10, how many are left? 2. 2 are left, so we're going to end up doing 10 plus 2. What is 10 plus 2? Think about it in your dream. 10 plus 2 is 12. 10 plus 2 is 12. So 5 plus 7 is also 12. I think we're getting the hang of it. 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8. Now you can also do it the opposite way because I could say, how many does it take to get from 8 to 10? Because 8 is closer to 10. How many does it take? It takes 2 more, right? So if I had 4 up here, and I had to take 2 away to come down here and be friends with 8 to make 10, I have 2 left, don't I? So I'm with 10 plus 2. So you can do it that way too. So I chose to do the bottom number and get that closer to 10. You can do it either way. You just have to be careful to not take away your dots away from the 8 because 8 is who you're getting closer to 10. It's whatever number you're taking away from to help the other number is where you cross it out. So we have 10 plus 2, which makes 12. So 4 plus 8 is 12 as well. 12 as well. That rhymes. This one, I'm going to have you like put a smiley face by it. Because I want you to do this one because guess what? We thought about that one up there. It is just the turnaround. Okay, it's the turnaround here. 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8. Let's do it the normal way this time. Okay. What could I think of? How many does it take to get from 6 to 10? How many more do I need? 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 more. I need 4 more to make 10. But if I take 4 away from 8, I have 8. I take away 3, 4. How many are left? 4 are left from that 8. So I have 10 plus 4. Take out that 0, just put that 4 right in, and I have 14. Whoopsies, my 14 doesn't look too pretty. So 6 plus 8 is also 14. See how that works? I know it's tricky, so that's why I wanted to do most of it together, help you out, show you how it works. Okay, at the bottom, we are now going to do some matching. We are not matching with its answers, though. We are matching with how many more past 10 do you need? So, let me show you. We just did 6 plus 8, right? How many did it take to get to 10? From the number 6. The number 6, how many did it take to get to 10? It took 4 more, right? How many was left then after we took 4 away from that 8? There was 4 left. We ended up doing 10 plus 4, didn't we? So look down here. See it says 10 plus 4. That's the problem we ended up doing. We're going to match it. Draw your line from 6 plus 8 to 10 plus 4. Eight plus 5. 8 plus 5. Another problem that we did. How many did it take to get from 8 to 10? It took 2 of them. So does that mean I draw my line to 10 plus 2? No, because that's just how much it took to make 10. We need to see how many extras did they have when we had to take 2 away from 5. So remember I had 5 and I took 2 away. I have 3 left. So I had to do 10 plus 3. So we're going to draw it almost straight across. To 10 plus 3. 7 plus 5. We said that from 7 to 10, it took 8, 9, 10. It took 3 to get from 7 to 10. Okay, so I had to take 3 away from 5. So I had 5, and I had to take 3 away. I have 2 left. So I had to add 2 more on with the 10 that I made. That was the extras that I had. All right, over here, they kind of just switched these around, but that means we have to start with that first number, and we have to add that up to 10. So if I have 5 plus 8, 5 plus how many gets you to 10? 5 plus 5. So if I took 5 away from 8, if I had 8 and I took away 5, I have 3 left. So that would be 10 plus 3. Because I made a 10 with the 5s, but I have 3 extras that I need to add. So going back and looking on it, they really are wanting us to do it with that first number first. So when up here I did it and I made it go to 8, they wanted us to start with the 4. So this way I actually could have done 4 plus 6 equals 10 and had to take 6 away from the 8, which still would have given me 2. Interesting to kind of look back as you keep working on it. Reflection is good because you learn from mistakes that you make or things that you could have done differently. It really helps you go back and evaluate your learning. 5 plus 7. So we're starting at 5. How many does it take us to get to 10? 5 plus 5 more. Yep, so if I have 7, and I'm showing you guys this because, you know, we've been working on this, but we haven't done a ton of subtraction, so I want to make sure to show you. So if I had 7 and I took away 5, I have 2 left. So we're going to do 10 plus 2. 8 plus 4. So starting with 8, how many to get from 8 to 10? 8, 9, 10. It takes 2. So I'm having to take 2 away from that 4. So I had 4. I take 2 away. I have 2 left. So 10 plus 2 again. So you're going to have 2 problems drawn with the same answer. That looks kind of cool. Okay, in the very bottom in each box, do the 2 with the same answers. And then the one that does not have the same answer, you're going to put an X through it. So if you do want to solve all 3 of them, you can. It is hard to just look at them and know what they are. So you go ahead, you solve these, and then whichever one doesn't have the same answer, we're going to put an X through it. So 9 plus 3, so it takes only 1 more to get to 10. But I'm taking 1 away from the 3, so that'd be 10 plus 2. I'm going to write it kind of the side because I feel my brain thinking about that 10 plus 2. That equals 12. Yeah. 7 plus 6. Okay, so I'm at 7, 8, 9, 10. Takes 3 more to get to 10. So I have to borrow 3 from that 6. I'll have 3 extras. So 10 plus 3 is what I will have, which gives me 13. Ooh, is that the same number as 12? Uh-oh. So we have to see if this one's going to be, what answer this one's going to give us, if it's going to give us 12 or 13. 5 plus 8. 5 plus 5 equals 10. But if I took away 5 from my 8, once again, here's 8, and I took 5 away, I have 3 extras, so that gives me 13. Oh, so what 2 answers are the same? 13 and 13, so we are going to X off the first one because it does not match. I want you to try this one on your own, just the same way that we did this one. Do the same thing over here, and then we are going to turn it to the back side. And the back side looks just like this. We're looking closely on this side with the numbers 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4, and then we're looking at its turnaround friend, 4 plus 8. Same answer, but just switched around. So let's think about 8 plus 4 in our new way we've talked about today. How many does it take to get to 10 when you're at 8? 9, 10. 2 more. So I have to take away 2 from the 4, because, right, remember I have 1, 2, maybe 1. My smartboard's not cooperating. There we go. Remember I have 4, and I had to take 2 away to go be with 8. So I have 2 left. So in my mind, I've got 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2. Oops, I'm so sorry. There we go. I'm looking at 10 plus 2, which gives me 12. So 8 plus 4 is 12. And the turnaround is the same thing. It is also 12. So what it wants us to do is we're just going to add. There's tons of examples. You don't have to write the related fact on this side. This side is whatever strategy works best for you. If it's counting up, if it's using a 10 frame, if it's using the new strategy we talked about today, if it's using touch points, whatever works for you, go for it. All it wants us to do on this side is to circle the 8 plus 4 facts and the turnaround, so the 4 plus 8 every time we see it. So every time we see those facts, it wants us to circle it. So let's do 3 problems together, and then I will let you finish for the day. I know this is a lot of math for today, but I am really, really proud of you. I'm going to tell you in just a second. I'm going to help shorten up the back just a little bit. 7 plus 8. If I'm at 7, how many does it take to get to 10? 8, 9, 10. It takes 3 more. So then I have 10 plus, and I had to take 3 away from 8. So if I have 8 and I had to take away 3, I'm left with 5. So I'm going to do 10 plus 5, which is 15. And I'm just going to write down that answer underneath that first line. Ooh, the next one is 4 plus 6. I like those two numbers together. What do they make? They make 10. Yeah. Good. I'm glad that there's some good ones like that sprinkled in here to help give you a break from so much counting. I know. This is a brain-building lesson. 8 plus 4. Oh, that's the one that we looked at. 8 plus 4 is 12. Circle it because that's one of those facts. Okay, you guys are going to do the rest of this top part. But when you get down here, see how they're in like columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to choose 2 columns to do. Okay, we did a lot of math today. So I want you to choose 2 columns to do. So do you have to do all of these down here? You do not. If you want to do it for extra practice, go for it. But I'm going to ask that you do 2 of these columns. So you choose. Maybe I want to do this one and this one. Maybe I want to do this one and this one. It's up to you. Choose 2 of those, okay? All right, I love doing math with you today. Thank you for sticking with me, working hard, making your brain work, and dreaming about how to solve problems a little bit easier. Have a great day, friends. I will see you soon for more math.